Every survival game will throw threats at you, whether it's weather, starvation, or predators, and most you can fight. You can be prepared, you can adapt, and you can survive. But some games take it a step further by turning your own mind against you. And when your worst enemy is your own perception of reality, that's an entire different type of survival. Let's get into it. We're starting with Project Zomboid, which features something that's incredibly relatable: panic. You're face to face with a zombie, and your combat effectiveness takes a nosedive, and your field of vision narrows. The very moment that you need to be thinking clearly, your brain fails you. It's no wonder so many runs in early on and in swarms. And panic is just the beginning. If you actually manage to survive long enough, finding shelter, building a routine, and making it all work, Project Zomboid still has something left for you: depression. Quality of life is measured here. Living in a cramped, dark, unstimulating environment will drag your character's mood down until every action slows to a crawl. Crafting, equipping items, even basic survival tasks, it all takes longer. You can't just survive in Project Zomboid. You have to thrive. You have to find a reason to keep going every single day. It's honestly one of the more quietly brutal mechanics in the genre. But panic and depression are easy enough to understand. What about when the mental collapse stops making sense entirely? In Rimworld, you're not just keeping your own character alive, you're managing the psychological well-being of an entire colony of pawns. And their needs are specific, sometimes even demanding, and definitely non-negotiable. If you fail to meet them, their moods will drop. If moods drop far enough, you can trigger a break. The break system escalates as a mood gets worse and worse. Minor breaks are almost manageable. A shutdown for a while, or the pawn might wander aimlessly or binge on food. Major breaks are where things start to get dangerous. Pawns destroy equipment or trash supplies. It can destabilize your colony. But extreme breaks are emergencies. Pawns attack each other unprompted or simply walk off the map. One deteriorating pawn can start a domino effect that takes your entire settlement down with them. It's treacherous, and it's a constant low-level dread that never completely goes away. Rimworld at least gives you a heads up, warning you of an incoming breakdown. In Green Hell, by the time you realize what's happening to your mind, it's usually too late. Green Hell tracks your sanity through almost everything you do. Being injured or infested with parasites will erode your mental state. As your sanity falls apart, you start hearing voices and whispers. I'll never get back. I can't. You will die! Then the visual hallucinations start. And these aren't just vague shapes at the edge of your vision. They are active threats. They will hunt you and physically harm you. In a world that's already loaded with predators, the idea that your own imagination can add to that pile is claustrophobic in a way that's very hard to describe. Your mind becomes just one more piece of this hostile environment. Green Hell turns your mind into a threat, but Don't Starve makes your mind a breeding ground for something that starts as an illusion and becomes much, much worse. Don't Starve is already a world built on strangeness and unease. The art style might look whimsical, but the game is far from it. As your sanity drops, your vision becomes unstable, hallucinations layer over your reality, and you start seeing the shadow creatures. At first they just follow you, watching and lurking just out of reach. It's unsettling, but not an active threat yet. Because if your sanity falls further, the shadow creatures will close in. They attack and they do real damage. This slow escalation is so disturbing because the game shows you exactly what's coming. It gives you time to dread the threat and waits for you to either do something about it or make peace with whatever is coming your way. And finally, Darkwood, where you entirely stop being able to trust what you see. Darkwood is really where the sanity mechanic becomes something much more unsettling than a game system. As you survive longer, explore deeper into the corrupted woods, and encounter more of what your world has become, your protagonist's mental stability begins to fracture. Hallucinations hit especially hard at night when you're already at your most vulnerable and fighting to distinguish what's real from what's fake. Night in Darkwood is the most dangerous time in the game, and your deteriorating mind makes it even more dangerous by adding doubt to every sense you have. Is that noise a real threat? Was that shape actually there? The world around you is corrupted, and the longer you survive, the less certain you can be about anything you're experiencing. It's not just brutal, it's genuinely unsettling in a way that sticks in your mind long after you stop playing. Survival games have always been about managing systems under pressure, but the most brutal pressure isn't from starvation or weather or even enemies. It's when the game strips away any ability you have to trust yourself. These 5 games do that better than almost anything in the genre. Which one broke you first? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.